Good morning, everyone. First, I want to thank you for being here today and allowing me to share a few memories of my dad. Over the past few days, I've heard many stories about my dad from many different people, but they all had the same general theme. That theme was a gentle, humble man who had a servant's heart, and as a family, we couldn't agree more. But I want you to know, Dad was so much more than that. He was always there for us kids. And actually, he was always there for anyone who needed him. If my dad knew or heard that someone needed something or that someone needed help, he would be there. He'd be the first one there, often bringing us with him. Dad didn't use words to teach us. He taught us through his actions. He didn't need to preach a sermon to us or give us a long lecture on how we should be or what we should do. He would show us over and over again. He showed us daily that reading your Bible and praying was just as important as eating 3 square meals a day. He showed us how to love, and I'm here to tell you, he loved this church and everyone in it. He felt honored to serve on consistory. He loved meeting and he loved going on food runs. He would often take one of us along with him, not to lecture us or preach to us, but to show us what it means to love others. Dad will always be remembered as a hard worker. I can remember countless nights that after working 12-hour days in a factory, he would come home, cut the grass, shovel snow, rake leaves for anyone in the neighborhood that needed a helping hand. Whatever needed to be done, Dad just did it. And he did it with a joyful heart. We never heard Dad grumble or complain. He was always willing to help with whatever job needed to be done, no matter how big or small. Many of those times, he would bring us with him. I wasn't always happy to tag along, but as an adult, I'm grateful that he took the time to include each of us in these jobs. Because not only did we get to spend time with him, but we got to see that your actions will always speak louder than your words. Dad taught us that no matter what, never waver in your faith. He wanted us to always remain strong and trust the promises of God. When he had his back surgery and when money was tight, Dad continued to trust God and pray. And during that time, we saw God's love in the form of actions again. Only this time, it was coming from others. Dad also taught us about loyalty, not by telling us, but by showing us. He showed us this daily for the past 17 years, watching him love and care for my mom. Said more to us as a family than his words ever could. And yet to him, he was just doing what he always had, loving and caring for his wife. Dad also taught us that people always came first. He would offer you a smile, a hand to hold, an ear to listen to, and if nothing else, a warm hug in his prayers. If Dad ever said to you, "I will pray for you," let me reassure you that he did. I remember Dad waking up between 3 and 3:30, eating breakfast, and then taking the time to read the Bible and pray before going to work. As a child, you don't appreciate all these things. But as an adult, and a husband and a father myself, I am so thankful for all the things my dad has taught me. And I only pray that I can be as good of a man as my dad has been.